All right, guys, welcome back to the show. This is your boy Sham. This is 0x5. The truth is always out there. So if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe, smash that like button, smash your phone if you have to, right? But believe me, you better watch this right to the end because you are not going to want to miss this, right? And any other videos as well, guys. All the videos that we make are very, very relevant to the day, sometimes to the future as well. And whenever it's the future, we do mention the future, but mostly to the date, right? And I'll put the date at the end of this video so that way you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, in today's video, we're going to talk about crypto debit cards, right? So the cards, Visa card, MasterCard, whatever it is, the issuer. We're going to talk about pros and cons so you understand exactly what it is, and then hopefully you can navigate yourself. Before I get to that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the charts so that I don't forget, right? So currently, total market cap sitting at $2.49 trillion, looking positive, to be honest. We did go down to the $66,000 level. Again, a couple of videos ago, we mentioned that we would probably go down there if we can't hold a particular level, because we had a weaker support and then we had a stronger support around that level. So we went exactly as we said, and the probability factor, right? So it's not a prediction, it's a probability, and the probability came true, right? So that's all it is. Ethereum still looking good. I'm definitely thinking about going and doing a nice little long right now. Again, no financial advice. So again, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, you're going to go back to the previous video. Guys, this whole channel is a journey, right? It's an everyday journey that we do. So it's more like a vlog. So we're not here hyping the market and doing whatever, but we're talking about what we're doing every single day. So that's what it is. Solana looking very, very strong. Even though the market bled, Solana held very strong. Currently sitting at $176. Brilliant. We are going to be looking at the all-time high very soon. It's just a probable thing. And my long that I opened a few days ago is still open. I'm still looking solid on that one. Ethereum are closed. I'm going to reopen it again. Currently sitting at 3,682. BTC currently sitting at 67,690 at this very moment. But I will drop the date and time at the end so you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. And just to make a reference, I know exactly what's going on. Right. So crypto debit cards, right? Let's get into crypto debit cards. Crypto debit cards, there are pros and there are cons. One of the cons, biggest con, is that what you have to understand, not forget, right? Never take away from your mind. There are some levels of KYC that has to be done solely because there are only two issuers at this present moment, two issuers out of all the issuers around the world that are doing crypto debit cards, Visa and MasterCard. And they have basic requirements for the regulations, because they're obviously a regulated body. So they have basic requirements that they need. They need your name, they need your address, they need proof of name and address, right? So you're going to have to do those, a picture or photo. They need those, right? So that is something, doesn't matter where you go, it will be done unless someone figures out how to do a prepaid card, right? Prepaid cards you don't need because you top it up and you do whatever, but that's far-fetched, right? In the crypto world, it doesn't exist, right? There are some companies issuing it, but it's not as great. And I'll tell you which companies are issuing it and which are not, right? Because there are technicalities how they do it. So we're going to just go blitz through this, and then hopefully this would help. So this was a question actually from Jack the Lad, right? Jack the Lad, on the previous banking issue we did, the banking video we did. So what happens, so that's one part. You're going to do your KYC regardless where you are going to do that. Even if it is a prepaid, they're still going to make you do some KYC, right? That's the fun of all of this, right? So KYC, you can't get away from the regulations, right? Now, there are different types of card, right? There are hundreds of companies. I'm not even joking when I say there are hundreds of companies. I probably own about 30 different cards. Some I know the companies have gone bust and they've vanished. Don't really care. And some are still there, but I don't really use all of them because I use them for particular needs that I have, right? And it depends on the need, right? So let me explain this, right? So way back in the days, crypto.com was a great card because when I spent through crypto.com, so in crypto.com, and I'll give you the difference as well, there are some cards that only allow you to spend the crypto that you have. There are some cards that allow you to spend both crypto and fiat from the exchange account. And there are some that you can only top up fiat and then spend the fiat, right? So let's make clear, there are different types of cards. So crypto.com is one of those where you top up. So remember the prepaid card, they technically are a prepaid card. So you top up with them and you use it, and you can only spend fiat through them, right? And what they used to do back in the days, depending on what tier level you are, you could spend XYZ amount per day or per month, whatever it was. and you get rewarded based on your level of subscription that you have. And the subscription was solely how many crypto.com coins you locked up, right? But they've kind of changed that now. So there are some of us who are old legacy card holders. We are still getting some of those benefits, but not all of them. So it's not as maximum as it was before, hence why I stopped using them. I stopped using. Also, they have another problem with prepaid cards. You'll see another problem as well, especially when somebody else is managing it for you. So they're doing the custody for you. There are some technicalities where you can't withdraw, like you can't take the funds out of the card, right? You can load the card, but you can't take it out. So if you've got funds, a couple of loose change in there, you have to literally spend it in order to clear it out, or it just stays there forever. So that's the situation that I've noticed. That's crypto.com. Now, there are crypto only cards, and I'm going to give you the most popular one and the best one right now. Technically decentralized because it's from a cold storage. So it's connected to your Ledger wallet, your Ledger hardware wallet, and technically decentralized in that sense, right? But obviously they're not decentralized. And it's called a crypto ledger card, CL card, and you can spend all your crypto through that, right? But only crypto, and there are only select cryptos. It's not everything. You won't be able to spend all your ERC20s or your, you know, BEP20s or your Solana meme coins or whatever. You won't be. A selected number of coins that they've selected that they can. That's only because you have to understand the behind the scenes part. It's to do with liquidity. If they don't have the liquidity for that particular coin, and they know that they can't do a one-to-one change, then there's no point, right? So that's one of the reasons why they do this, right? Obviously, they have a pool of funds that they have to give you money from. So that's that. And again, there are various limitations on how much you can spend. They don't charge you anything for monthly fees or anything like this. But I think you do have to pay for, I think I did, I can't remember, for the postage. So some of them you'll have to pay for postage when you first sign up with them. I've paid all the way up to £50 for a card to be delivered to me. And in the lowest, I've paid about £5, but then there are others that are completely for free, right? So it depends, again, depends what kind of a company you're going with. You know, the temperature outside was 17 degrees, it was brilliant, nice and sunny, and all of a sudden it starts raining down. This is the kind of weather, this is similar. British weather is very volatile compared to the market, right? You know, honestly, it's just very similar to the market. One day we're green, one day we're red. Anyway, so ignore the sound of the rain. Brilliant, right? We should have done an ASMR. But anyway, what was I saying? So that's that. So I'm just going to give you these three. And then the other one, the third one I want to talk to you is Coinbase. Now, a company like Coinbase, their card is really, really cool, right? They actually allow you to choose what you want to spend, right, from the card. And the card is like a separate account, but it's connected to your exchange. So you never have to top up. You can literally just choose whatever currency you want to spend and you spend it. So you can have fiat remaining in your exchange, use it for whatever, and then you can spend that. Or you can have USDT or BTC or whatever coin you have, right? And again, they have selected coins, right? But you can spend those coins directly through your Coinbase card. You can go to a cash machine, withdraw it, do whatever as well. There are some fees and there are some limitations, again, when you're withdrawing cash, remember this. And also on expenditures, all the cards, so like for example, crypto.com, depending on what tier you have, there are spending limitations per day, per month, whatever. If you go for the highest tier, then there's not really anything, it's infinite, right? Coinbase doesn't have tier system, so they have a limitation, basic limitation. I think Crypto Ledger or like the Ledger card, right, CL card, they have some limitations. I'm not sure why, but I mean, if you have crypto, if you have $1 million worth of crypto, why can't you spend it? But I think it's more to do with the banking system. They have certain limitations. So look, just understand this. And what I'm trying to say here is the pros and cons are all in there, right? So there are some pros, there are some cons. If you understand what I just said there, you can see the differences. But ultimately, it depends on what is your use case. What are you using for, right? So I use crypto.com. I used to load up cash on crypto.com. So I sold my crypto. And then when I sold my crypto, instead of transferring it back to the bank account, I was like, I'm going to spend it anyway. That's the whole purpose, right? So I might as well just top up my card and spend it and get some reward from it. But now that they're not giving me a reward, I'm not interested, right? So I still have a card, but I'm just not interested, right? Crypto Ledger, I got the card, but I'm never going to spend my crypto unless it's in a bear market. So what I'll do in a bear market, if I need to tap into my USDT or whatever, I will spend. Of course, I'm not going to spend my bigger assets. I'm going to spend the stable coins, right? Because if I sold crypto and it's sitting in stable currency, I'm going to move that over. And then Coinbase does everything for me, right? So Coinbase is like, okay, I've got it there. Money's sitting there. I've left money there. And if I need to spend it, I'll spend it. If I need to go and, you know, pay for my dinner, I don't have to use crypto. There's cash there. I can use the cash to pay for it. And it's the same thing. And I'll get a little 1% kickback as well, right? All of that. So I'm not going to leave any links below. I know a lot of people like to recommend cards and XYZ. I can recommend you 100 different companies. I'm not going to do that, guys, because it ultimately depends on what you're choosing, what your use cases are. That's the whole thing, right? What is it you intend to do, right? Understand this. And I talked about other things as well, like on the previous video, I talked about how there are certain things, like if you're politically, like, you know, if you've been colored, right, in some way where you're bad, right, you've done something wrong and they pick on you, then of course they're going to come after you, right? And, you know, it doesn't matter how you do things. So ultimately, stay safe, stay good, you know, behave. That's all I'm saying. Just behave, right? We have no need to. We're in crypto, guys. We're having fun. We're enjoying. We're making money. We're making profits. And as long as we don't break any rules in any country, by the way, guys, as long as we don't break any rules, you know, we're good, right? We got nothing to worry about. I know there was another thing somebody else mentioned, and I'm going to add this here. If you have watched it to the end, guys, please do hit that subscribe, hit that like button. So there was a thing about, there was a new publication recently. It was a couple of weeks ago. There was a publication on one of the newspapers. And I think originally it was posted on Bloomberg. I think I remember, where they said the UK regulations now, or the law enforcement officers, they can actually confiscate your crypto. That's something not new, guys. That's very old, right? I just wanted to add this in there. It's very old. The FBI has been doing it. The CIA has been doing it. The local governments in certain countries have been doing it. They've been doing it already in the UK, right? So they can confiscate that. Now, what can they confiscate? That's the key, right? They can confiscate anything that's custodial, anything that they can access. So if you have, for example, your ledger and they have access to ledger, they can confiscate your ledger coins, right? You know, obviously if there's some bad activities or they suspect you for something, but they won't do it to random people for no good reason. And ultimately, this is where decentralization comes in, and anybody who's totally decentralized, self-custody wallets, right? Your own thing, not even a cold wallet, self-custody wallet, right? A paper wallet, for God's sake. No harm done to you, right? So don't do bad stuff. That's all I'm saying. And I hope this video is informative enough that you understand that there are pros and there are cons. You know, each card has its own perk and not so much perk, but it's a good thing to have. And they all work internationally as well. So sometimes when I travel and, you know, I don't like keeping money in my bank because obviously the banking issues that I have, I just like to put little bits. So every week when if I get a little bit of money, I'll send it over to the exchange and leave it there. And most of the time, I won't even leave it in the exchange. I'll convert it to USDT immediately and I'll move it away. Because that way I know my funds are safe. I know at least the only thing that could go wrong with my funds is me making a mistake and giving it to some scammer or something like this. But ultimately, my funds are in the blockchain. So I'm okay with that, right? It's my own self-custody, my own little asset. Today's date is the 15th. It's Friday, March 2024. So you understand, and the time that this video was recorded was 1:45, just for reference, guys. So you understand that these videos are relevant and you have a reference point to go back to, so you understand when these videos were recorded. So that's that. But other than that, I hope the video was informative. I'm going to catch you guys on another one very soon. I hope this answers all of your questions. And yeah, like, share, subscribe, right? And let me catch you on another one very soon. Adios, my amigos.